Good day everyone. On our previous video, we have discussed the different basic draw commands used in AutoCAD. So now we are going to proceed with our lesson 2, which are the modify commands used in AutoCAD. So we have different basic modify commands that can be used in our AutoCAD. We have erase or E for shortcut, undo or U, oops, move, copy, CO or CP, offset, O for shortcut, and trim for TR. Okay, so we are gonna use those basic modify commands in our AutoCAD software. So let me just switch to my AutoCAD software. So as you can see, uh, this drawing is what we have done on our previous video. So let's do our modify commands here. The first command is erase. Okay, so from the word itself, erase, you are just gonna erase an object, whichever you want to remove from here. Okay, so to do that, you just have to type erase or E for shortcut. Hit enter and then select the object that you want to erase with. Okay, so in my case, I'm gonna erase this object, so I just have to click the object, then hit enter. And then the object is removed. Okay, so there is another option of erase wherein you can remove all of the object here in your drawing. So to do that, you just have to type erase, enter, and type all, hit enter. So as you can see, all of the objects were highlighted. So meaning to say, if you are going to hit enter, these objects will be removed. Okay, so I'm gonna hit enter and then all of the objects were removed. Okay, so let's proceed to undo. So uh, we want to undo our last event that we have done in this software. So to do that, you just have to type undo or U for shortcut. Hit enter. Then as you can see, we undone the erase all of these objects. Okay, so undo, we are familiar with that function or command. So anything or any software are using undo commands. Okay, so let me just erase again all of the objects in this drawing. Erase all, hit enter. Okay, then we are going to proceed with the next command, which is oops. Okay, so if you are gonna type oops in your command, so it just simply undo your erase in this drawing. So it functions as the same as undo when it comes to using the oops command. Okay, so oops is just as simple as undo. So we are just gonna proceed to our next command, which is move. Okay, so there are two types or there are two techniques to move an object in this drawing. First is to click the object you want to move, okay, and then click whichever part of the object you want your reference be when it comes to moving that object. So I want my reference in the center, so I'm gonna click the center and then move the cursor or move the object. Okay, I can freely move the object in my desired position. Okay, so that's the first technique or trick in moving an object in AutoCAD. Okay, so you can also move an object by typing move in your command line, or M for shortcut of move, and hit enter. And then select the object that you want to move. So for example, I want to move this object, hit enter, and then select your base point. Then you can now freely move your object in your desired position. Okay, so by the way, you can move uh, more than one objects at the same time. So how to do that? I'm just gonna type move and then select the objects. It's either one or more objects that you want to move. So in my case, I want to move this object, this line, this circle, and this shape. Okay, so by selecting an object, you can create a window of selection wherein you are just gonna create a window just like this to select the objects that you want to move. Okay, and then if it is not highlighted, you just gotta click this to make it work. Okay, and then after selecting the objects that you want to move, the next step is to click your reference or base point of the drawing, hit enter, and then select the base point. So now you can move objects in more than one in at the same time. Okay, so that's how you move an object. It's either one object or two or more objects at the same time. Okay, next command that we are gonna use is the command copy. Okay, so we are also familiar with that command because it is commonly used in most of the softwares in office or in school. Okay, so to do a copy of your selected object, you just have to type copy, or shortcut is CO or CP. Hit enter and then select the object that you want to have a copy with. Then hit enter. Now you can duplicate or have many copies of your desired object. Okay, so that's how you copy an object in AutoCAD. Next is offset. So if you want to have a copy of your selected object, you can also use offset by duplicating your object. So I think offset can be used in any shape that you have drawn in your drawing. Okay, so let's say I want to have a duplicate copy of this line. So I'm just gonna have to type offset, hit enter, select the object that you want to have a copy with or to duplicate, select your reference or base point, then drag your cursor in direction or your desired direction wherein you're gonna place your duplicate copy of your selected object. Okay, so I want my copy to be done under my original object. So I'm gonna drag my cursor downwards. Then enter. Then you have to specify the distance. 5, let's say 5. Okay, so the distance that I have done in my offset is 5. Okay, next is I want to have an offset of this line upwards. So to do that, let's do an offset command again. Type offset, hit enter, select the object, and then uh, move your cursor upward to have an offset of the selected object to the upper side of your drawing. Okay, so that's how you create an offset of your selected object. Okay, so let's say I have a line here vertically. And I want to have an offset copy of this line on the side. Click the object, and I also want my distance to be 5. Hit enter. Let's say the distance is 100. Okay, so that's how you offset a line. So let's do that again. Let's have an offset of this line. Type offset, hit the object, uh, specify the distance. Let's say 100. Okay, so let's have a multiple copy of these lines. Copy, select the object, then okay, so by using copy command, you can have a multiple copies of your desired object that you want to have a multiple copies. Okay, so that's how you create multiple lines by means of copying or duplicating an original object that you want to have a multiple copies. Okay, the last command in this video is trim. Okay, so trim from the word itself, you just gonna cut or remove an excess line that you want to remove in your drawing. So in my case, I have here my excess lines from this and this one. So I want to remove this excess line from this drawing. So to do that, I just gonna have to type trim or tr or shortcut of the trim. And then select your desired excess line that you want to remove. Okay, I want to remove this one, and then I can highlight many objects to trim those objects at the same time. So that's how you trim an object or a line in your AutoCAD. Okay, let's try to do that again. So I want to remove the line inside the circle. So I just got to click the object since I am in my trim mode. Okay, so I can do that easily. Okay, I want to erase this one also. Okay, so that's how you do trim command in AutoCAD. Okay, and that's it for this video. I hope you learned something from this and see you on the next video.